Hi. You know, a long, long time ago, up in Olympus lived a bunch of Greek gods. And it came to pass in the time of the dinosaurs that Zeus and Hera were having an argument. Zeus said, the Tyrannosaurus Rex is the strongest dinosaur ever to be around. He is a big, mighty thing. And Hera said, no, 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 the Gigantasaurus is better than the T Rex. Really, you're crazy. Well, they went back and forth arguing over this for days on end. And one day Jupiter said, this is ridiculous. Why don't you have a little contest? I have an idea. And I'm going to throw in a monitor. We're going to have the Minotaur go in there and keep track of what's going on and be the referee. And we'll see who is the better of the dinosaurs, who's the strongest of them all. And this is how I propose we do it. We'll put them in a room, a big room like an arena, where they're stuck in there and they can't get out. But there is a way out. There's a door, and beyond the door, there's a swamp, and beyond the swamp, there is crevasse, and beyond that, if they ever get that far, is going to be a pie. And whoever gets the pie can eat the pie and go back to his homeland where he belongs. Okay? What do you say? And Hera and Zeus said, oh, all right, we'll do it. So, boom, bing, 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 the Tyrannosaurus, who is, as you know, as big as a garbage truck, really, really big, and weighs 9 tons. Well, that's a big baby. Well, we're going to call him Rex. Now, the Gigantosaurus, on the other hand, is just as big. It looks bigger than the T-Rex. Doesn't quite weigh the same amount, but the Gigantosaurus is not as strong, even though he looks stronger, as the T-Rex. The other thing is the T-Rex has teeth that can crush through bones. They're just a crushing old teeth. Whereas the Gigantosaurus, he slices with his teeth. Okay? But other than that, they're pretty much the same. They look similar, but the T-Rex is way stronger. Now, you already know that the Minotaur has the head of a bull and the tail of a bull, but he's got the body of a man. And he's way smaller than the dinosaurs. He's as tall as their leg, really. They could step on him and squish him in a minute. So what do you say? All of a sudden, T-Rex, Rex, and Gigantosaurus, we're going to call him Tom, Rex and Tom find themselves inside an arena with a dome, and it's just surrounded. It's like he's in an eggshell, but this eggshell is just built out of rock. And they say, well, look at that guy. I'm going to just fight him. And they start fight, fight, fight. And they're going at it when all of a sudden Minotaur, whose name is Tori jumps up and he says, you guys are crazy. Don't you see, if you kill one another, you're stuck here in this cavern, whatever it is. And I think that if you work together, if all three of us work together, we can get out of this place and get home where we belong. And Rex and Tom look at each other. They say, oh, well, I suppose it's worth a thought. What do you think we ought to do? I don't see how we can get out of here. And T-Rex goes over and he knocks his head on the wall. And Tom goes over and he kicks the wall. And he says, I don't see any way out of here. Well, you know that Tori has horns, right? And Tori walks over to the door. He's also got, hands like a human being. This is going to come in handy. So Tori goes over and he says, "Look, here is a door." And he goes over the door and he says, "High up on the top of the door is a ring." Well, it looks like the door is part of the wall, but I'll bet you anything if I pull that ring, something will happen. Well, neither Tom nor Rex can open that ring. If they look at it, they'll smash it, right? So that's not going to work. But Tori, with his horn, he goes, and he catches that ring in his horn, and he goes, pulls the bar, and what do you know? The door opens. It opens, and there it is. Well, it's just a little door. Well, that's not going to help the dinosaurs. They don't fit through a door. Well, this is where it gets really interesting because Rex, remember, he has teeth that can go through bone. So he puts his head sideways on the wall of the door, and he goes crunch, and the wall falls down. And he crunches some more, and pretty soon, crunch, crunch, he's biting that doorway until it's big enough so both of the dinosaurs can fit through. Well, so, okay, all of a sudden, the two dinosaurs, Rex and Tom, are through the door, and there they are looking at a swamp. And immediately Rex says, "Ooh, that's mud. Ooh, I'm afraid of the mud." You know what happens in there's mud, quicksand gets you in, and that's how dinosaurs die. They have tar pits, and dinosaurs fall in them, and I'm afraid. I don't want to go there. It's very scary. And then Tom starts up talking. He says, "Well, look, I grew up in jungles. I know all about how to go through the swamp. If you just follow me, I can lead you through the swamp so that you won't get stuck in any quicksand and you won't get stuck in any tar pits." And Rex, Rex, and Tori, the Minotaur, they say, "Oh, okay, all right. Well, and Tori says, I think I need to ride on somebody's back here because you guys are going to swamp right through this swamp and I'll get left behind." So Rex says, "Okay, climb on," and he puts down his foot, and Tori climbs up his foot, and he's sitting on top of T-Rex. And so off they go. T-Rex, Mr. Rex, is following Tom, the Gigantasaurus, who is leading them through the swampy jungle. Go this way, and then he says, "No, now we have to go back over there, and now we're going to go that way." But it takes a while, and then they're making progress, and all of a sudden, Tom slips and he falls into the quicksand, and he's stuck, and he says, "Oh my goodness, what am I going to do? I'm going to die in here. I can't get out of the quicksand." And Tom is really, really worried. And Tori, the Minotaur, says, Rex, I have an idea. Go get some liana leaves and we'll tie him up and we'll pull him out. You're really strong. I'm really small and lithe. So I will take the liana and wrap it around him, and then you can pull him out." And that's what they do. Rex goes and gets the liana leaves, and then Tori climbs into the mud on top of Tom's head, and he squeezes around the liana around his upper body and ties it in a knot. And then, sure enough, because Rex is so strong, he can pull him out. And they're just so happy to be further on their way, and they keep going. Next thing you know, they really are out of the jungle. And they're out of the jungle, and there in front of them are cliffs and crevasses, and the Minotaur, Tori says, I can't go through, I can't get across that. You guys will have to carry me on your back because I can't get across that. It's too far. Whereas the Tom and Rex, all they have to do is just step over it. And sure enough, they step over it. They put him on his back, and they walk through the crevasses, and they eventually come out. And what do they see? They see a pie. Well, I don't know if I want to eat this pie, but let's share it because now we're the three friends and let's each have a piece of this pie. And they do. They each take a piece of the pie, and before you can say eeny meeny miny mo, boom, they're gone. And Mr. T-Rex is back in North America where he belongs in the forest. And Tom the Gigantasaurus, he is back in the jungles where he belongs. And the Minotaur is back on the island of Crete where he is happily ever after. And that, my dear, is the story of the Tres Amigos.